Hello everyone, welcome to Camera Officer. This is Reza and this is our daily sports show. We talk about all kinds of sports here. Let's start with Messi. Messi is playing the semi-final of MLS tonight against New York FC. For him, there were a lot of investment in Inter Miami, but still maybe to some level, of course, it paid off on the financial way. Maybe they need an MLS championship to prove prove it on the results base as well. He was fantastic in regular season, brilliant in the knockout phase till here. One goal, three assists in the last game, bring his team to a semi-final, and now he's just one step away from the final, and two step from winning it. And they seem pretty good. They seem quite organized and better than the last seasons. And yeah, it would be very interesting to see him if they get the result and it does pay off. He had the most share any player could have in winning a title, and he was brilliant in all sorts of way, in assisting goal, playing, creating opportunities, playmaking is the word, but anyway, you get it. And he can be the savior of his team. Here, Neymar, on the other hand, Santos is not doing great. They were in the relegation zone. Um, Tough fight to not get relegated, and we know Neymar because of injuries, because of some stuff, some stories around. Missed a few games also. They brought him in Santos with so much hope, and they're in the relegation zone. It wasn't going well. He was getting booed by the Santos fan a few games back, but since then he seemed to put more effort in, had goals scored, assists. Um, Not much because, as I said, the team is in a relegation zone, a bit tough for them. But now he got injured in the last game of training. So the doctors told him to stay out, and should be out, and you shouldn't continue. But he insisted to play to show that he appreciated Santos and all that. Um, he insisted to stay. He insisted to save this team from relegation and give his best. So while injured, and the doctor said he should be out, he's playing the last three games of Santos. He actually did play one early this morning for me, or last night for some of you. And so they have two more games to go. And they won 3-0. Easy game from a team that was already relegated, bottom of the table. Still a good result, a necessary result for Santos. They're sitting in 15 in the 20 league right now, but they're only 2 points from the relegation zone. Um, Neymar scored a goal, had an assist, so brilliant that he gave the effect he promised, and seems that he's their savior at the last minute right now. And two games to go, and in Serie A Brazil, and we should see if Santos stays in Serie A and not relegated. Let's go to the other games that are played last night. Como won Sassuolo 2-0. Como in a very good place. Of course, we should see the games played, but they're doing brilliantly this season. They were sixth before this match, and now, of course, we should see the other teams play, and then we will see where they will end up in the end of this week. Let me see how much they can progress. Actually, Paz did an assist. He was a Real Madrid player, and they sold him. But it's very funny thing in the contract of young players Real Madrid is selling. They're still at six, so the best they can get is still six. Yeah, because of the goal difference. Yeah. But they will stay at six at the end of the week too, because no team can reach to them. Juventus is 4 points behind. Nonetheless, one of the most amazing, interesting things about Real Madrid's situation is that when they sell a player who is young, they put a clause in their contract that they can buy them very cheap. They sell them cheap and they can buy them back very cheap. So, for example, they sell the player for 8 million or 5 million or something, but they can buy him back if they progress for only 10 and or 12. And this is the pause situation. For instance, the first season, if they want him back, it's 10, next is 11, later is 12. It's very cheap still. So he's a brilliant star, probably worth uh, 20, 30 million at least. But now Real Madrid wants him, it seems, and they can buy him back very, very, very cheap. And it's a very interesting way of making contracts. Maybe United should do it for Mainu. I don't know. Yeah. Mönchengladbach, Leipzig 0-0. Mönchengladbach, good result for them. Leipzig being second, I think, yeah, in the league. They were second in the league, yeah. Let me check again. Second or third. Nonetheless, I'm 100% sure they were second. Why I'm checking even? The second in the league, not very good result for them because now Leverkusen, Dortmund can get closer, even though they're playing together today, which is one of the most interesting games to watch. And they also play in the Pokal domestic cup in Tuesday against each other again, like two games in 3 4 days for Dortmund and Bayern Leverkusen, which is insane and interesting. And yeah, so maybe not the best result for Leipzig, but very good result for Gladbach. Gladbach, as I said, till 3 weeks before, they didn't have a win. Then 3 wins in a row in Bundesliga, and now draw with the second team of the league. They had one of the worst start in between teams in Bundesliga, and now they're sitting at 11. So, of course, one game more, but they're doing better. Let's go to the games to watch for today. F1 sprint and qualification for the race. Dortmund against Leverkusen. I said Milan against Lazio. Lazio being at 8. Always a tough team to beat. Milan at second. Very interesting at the top of the table. Rome, Milan, Napoli, Inter. Very interesting too. Very interesting fight. Very close. PSG going against Monaco. Monaco not having good form recently, have some losses, some draws, some not good results. Paris Saint-Germain is getting better and better every week. They had some troubles before, some injuries, but they seem to get adjusted to those changes and they're doing better. But I just want to see Pogba there from Monaco and Paris Saint-Germain, of course. A lot of brilliant players are there. Copa Libertadores final. Flamengo Palmeiras, the first and second team of Serie A Brazil that competed for the last God knows how long. A lot of weeks for the top of their league. 2 games, of course, to go. Flamengo is now 5 points ahead, but it was very close. They changed places even. And now they're playing final of Copa Libertadores also against each other. Super interesting, definitely worth watching, and hopefully if you have time you can watch it. J League also going to have their games early morning for me, for some maybe late night. They have 2 games to go, and the league is still close. The first team and the second team is only 1 point. They have 1 point in difference, so super interesting. In NFL, the result is that Bears defeated Eagles in Philadelphia. Eagles fans weren't happy with their team. They are not happy with their offense, but their defense wasn't also brilliant last night necessarily, and Bears, of course, sitting on the top. And now, with 1 win difference from Packers, both of these teams are going to the next round, but they have competition from the Lions, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, but and they're close. Eagles, um, I think it's 8-4 for them now, and for Bears is 9-3. Yeah, but the win and the loss. But Eagles, they have more difference than Bears, but the fans are very angry, and maybe there will be issues for them. I don't know the way they're going, but we should see. In NBA, it was Cup. Lakers defeated Mavericks. Spurs defeated Nuggets. Um, and Thunder defeated Suns, and Knicks defeated Bucks. Magic defeated Pistons. Pistons of course don't need because they're already there. They don't to the next round. They don't need the game. That's it for today. Hopefully, I watch a lot of games and talk about it tomorrow for you. And the games to watch tomorrow are a bit more interesting for me, especially Arsenal against Chelsea and Manchester United with whatever team they play, which is plus. But it's always interesting for me. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, write a comment, and subscribe. Hopefully, and hopefully I see you tomorrow as well. Have a good day. Bye.